Good morning, Evergreen, or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. Dr. T here. How are we doing? We are moving through February. We actually have some fairly decent warm weather. We'll take it. Spring is right around the corner, and with that, we have outdoor recess, a lot more mobility, a lot more time for engagement outside of the classroom. But with that, we also see an increase in conflict on the playground. Who's going first? Who won the game? This student shoved me. This student didn't say I'm sorry when things didn't go their way. So we noticed that uptick in disagreements among students. So I wanted to revisit and really explore with you as a building bullying. A lot of times people think about bullying and you get this one little vision of this one kid that's being mean to everyone, and that kid is really sad and lonely and is just doing it because they don't have any friends. And bullying does not always look like that. And what I wanted to talk to you about is all the people who play a part in the bullying. So you might think, well, I didn't do anything. I wasn't a part of it, but were you around it? Did you stand around it? Were you near it? Or did you watch it? Did you do anything? Did you not do anything? Did you tell your parents when you got home? Did you tell your teacher what you saw? So we want to talk about all the different people who are involved in bullying. And then I'm going to ask the question of which one of these people are you typically? Are you the bullier? Are you the person that's being bullied? Are you the person that's laughing on the side? Are you the person that's encouraging the bully to be the bully? Are you the person that tries to act like you don't see the bullying? Where do you fall typically if there is some bullying going on? What you want to look at is the roles of students in a bullying situation. Now you have person number one. Person number one, they start the bullying and take the active part. They are the person who says something mean. They are the person who hit, kicked, or pushed. They are the person who took the ball. They are the person that's starting the gossip. They are starting the bullying. Now, the second part of bullying is followers. Are you a follower? Do you take an active part but do not start the bullying? So you know what's going on. You're standing right there. Yeah, you might not have been the first person to say something, but are you being a follower? Are you watching your friend bully someone and you're right there with them, encouraging it on? The third person involved is the supporter. So you have the bully, you have the followers, and now you have the supporters. Now the supporters support the bully, but they do not take an active part. These are guys or girls who are friends with the bully, and they might send a text about the situation. They might send a Snapchat about the situation. They might even be talking about the situation, but they didn't tell that person they were wrong. They didn't tell the bully to stop. They didn't notify an adult. They didn't tell any staff members here. So you're kind of going along with it. You are okaying it. And this is where it's important. If you are a follower or a supporter of bullying, you are part of the problem. You don't want to just look at the person who's bullying and saying, well, I didn't say anything. Well, if you were standing there giggling or laughing when the bully was being the bully, you are a part of it. Did you go home and tell anyone? Did you try to stop it? Did you help the kid who was being bullied? Did you come get an adult in the building? You are just as guilty for that situation if you don't help out. Imagine if you were being bullied. How would you want your classmates to help you? Think about that. Now, the fourth person involved, because we have the bully, we have the followers, we have the supporters. Now we got the passive supporters. What are passive supporters? Like the bullying, but do not display open support. So you're still going along with it. You're still okaying it, but you're not stopping it. So you're passively there. You're not saying you said anything. We're not saying you did anything, but you saw everything happen, but you didn't help. Are you that person? So you got the bully, you have the followers, you have the supporters, you have the passive supporters. Number 5, The disengaged onlookers. What is a disengaged onlooker? This is a student who sees the bullying happening, but acts like they don't know what's going on, acts like they didn't see anything. They act like they aren't aware, but you know everything that happened. You saw, you know who started it, you know who used the bad language, you know who hit who first, you know who pushed, you know who kicked, but you act like you don't. Are you that person? You act like you didn't see the bullying? How would you feel if someone was bullying you and your classmates acted like they didn't see you? So we have the bully, the followers, the supporters, the passive supporters, the disengaged onlookers, and last but not last, the other one is the possible defender. So you thought about helping your friend who was being bullied. You thought about saying something to the bully. You really don't like what the bully is doing, but then you don't say anything. You don't tell anyone. You don't come to your friend's defense. You don't tell the bully to stop. You don't go get a teacher. You don't even tell mom or dad or grandma or granddad. You don't like the bullying. It actually makes you upset, but you chose to do nothing. So we got 5 people involved in this bullying situation. The bully, the followers, and those who know Dr. T know when I do get upset, often it's because someone has been being a follower. That really irks me. So you got followers, supporters, passive supporters, disengaged. Yeah, you're trying to act like you didn't know what's going on. The possible defenders. Yeah, you don't like it, but you didn't do anything. And then last but not least, the defenders. What is a defender? This is someone who sees or hears bullying. They go get a teacher. They tell their parents. They go let an adult know immediately when they see some bullying happening. They report it if it's on the bus. They report it if it's in the cafeteria. They report it if it's in the bathroom. They report it if it's at recess. They report it if it's on a field trip. They value their friends here, they value their building here, and they value that everyone deserves the right to be treated fairly. Therefore, they will defend, and they will let the bully know, we don't like that behavior here, and we're going to do something about it to stop that behavior. So ask yourself, what role do you play? Are you the bully? Are you the bully's best friend? Are you the follower? Are you the supporter? You okay it? Are you the passive supporter? You're there, you saw it, you didn't say anything, but you watched it all happen. Are you the person who tries to act like you didn't see everything, but you did? Are you the person that really doesn't like the bullying, but doesn't do anything about it? Or are you the student who actually does something about the bullying? Which are you? Think about your classroom. Think about recess. Think about that lunch lineup. When you guys see bullying, what do? Do you ignore it? Do you get involved? Do you laugh? Are you ever the bully? Are you ever the student who's putting their hands on someone, who's saying something mean, who's using bad language? Why are you doing it? Are you doing it to get people to laugh? Are you doing it for your own enjoyment? Are you doing it because you just want to be mean and hurt your fellow classmates? Ask yourself, the times that you bullied, why were you a bully? Talk to us about this. If you are the person who's always finding yourself in these situations, you can talk to any of the staff here and we'll help you work through those feelings. But it's not cool. And eventually, if you're bullied long enough, your classmates won't want to play with you. They won't want to sit with you. They won't want to ride the bus with you. They won't want to play recess with you. You need to think about how your actions impact your classmates. So are you going to be the bully, or are you going to be the person who stops the bully? Or are you going to be one of those people in the middle who really don't do much to stop the bullying? So I wanted to talk about our school's anti-bullying rules. These are our rules, and I'm going to be quizzing people on this. We have 4 rules. Are you ready for this? Number 1, we will not bully others. You got that? That's number 1. Say it with me. We will not bully others. Number 2, we will try to help students who are bullied. Did you catch it? I don't want you to be any of those other people a part of the situation in the middle who saw it and didn't do anything. I want you to do something about bullying. We will try to help students who are bullied. Number 3, we will try to include students who are left out. A piece of bullying is omission. Can you say omission? You might go, Dr. T, what does that mean? Omission means when you purposely, on purpose, intentionally, you meant to do it, where you purposely leave other students out to hurt their feelings. That is not okay. We don't like to see it. Hopefully you're not someone doing it. So number 3, we will try to include students who are left out. And number 4, if we know that somebody is being bullied, we will tell an adult at school and an adult at home. So we got 4 rules. Ready? We will not bully others. We will try to help students who are bullied. We will try to include students who are left out. And number 4, if we know that somebody is being bullied, we will tell an adult at school and an adult at home. So before we part, I kind of want to talk about what is bullying. You know, sometimes with the kindergartners and the first graders, we have to explain to them what's bullying. If someone is playing with their friend and they didn't know you wanted to play with them, is that bullying? If someone gets on the school bus and goes to sit with another student and there's no problem, but they didn't sit next to you that day and you didn't say anything, is that bullying? If one of your friends decides to sit with another friend at lunchtime on one day and they didn't sit next to you at lunchtime that day, is that bullying? No. No. Now, if you are saying mean things to hurt your classmates' feelings, that's bullying. If you're hitting, kicking, pushing, shoving, threatening, that is bullying. If you are trying to get other students to not play with or be around or talk to another student because of how you feel, that's bullying. If you go on YouTube or Snapchat or any of those things on those phones and start talking about another student here, especially in a negative way, and that student is not there, you guys are joking about another student, what they did, what they said, how they look, that's bullying. If you go out of your way to make someone feel sad, if you go out of your way to hurt someone, if things aren't going your way so you start being mean on purpose, that's bullying. If a new kid starts at Evergreen and wants to sit at the lunch table with you and your friends and you say, no, you can't sit here, this is for my friends, that's bullying. If someone gets on the school bus and tries to sit next to you and you say, no, I'm saving this seat for my friend, no, that's bullying. If I'm outside of recess and I ask to play a game and there is enough room or there's enough people that we all can play and you just say no just to be mean, just to hurt my feelings, that's bullying. If me and my friends are in a group and we start giggling and laughing and pointing at another student who's not right there, that's bullying. You need to think about what it would feel like if you were the person being made fun of, if you were the person being picked on, if you were the person who was being told, no, you can't play. This is what I want you guys to start thinking about. So, I want to really dive into these rules. So we're going to ask number one, what is bullying by definition? Are you ready? Bullying is being mean or hurtful on purpose. It is repeated and involves someone purposely doing some things. Can you think of some examples of bullying that you have seen this year in the classroom, in the bathroom, in the hallway, in the cafeteria, at the bus stop, on the bus, and at recess? Think about those times that you saw bullying. Were you being the bully? Were you the one being bullied? If you were the one being bullied, were there other people around when the bully was being a bully? Did they do anything to help or stop the bullying? Did you tell? Did they tell? Did anyone defend? Who were you in those situations? Number two, what are the differences between bullying and rough play or teasing? Now, there is a difference. If me and my buddies are outside playing basketball and we start just kind of horse playing, wrestling around, and that's what we kind of do every day, that's not bullying. That's called rough play. But if I was to go over to another kid who I don't normally play with, who I'm normally not engaged with, who I'm normally not playing games with, and start roughhousing them, and they didn't invite this, they didn't ask for this, they didn't want this, is that bullying or is that roughhouse? It's bullying. They did not ask for it. They don't engage with that with you typically. You need to pay attention to how you're joking, when you're joking, who you're playing with, how rough you're playing with them. Do you typically play with them that way? Because you may think it's just, oh, I was just playing. Oh, I was just being silly. Oh, I was just telling a joke. But it's really more important that you pay attention to how the other person is feeling. Number three, what are the differences between good-natured kidding and bullying? Now, if you and I are buddies and we're sitting at the lunch table and I start maybe teasing you about your favorite team losing the basketball game yesterday because you and I like basketball and we talk about it every day, and I have my favorite player and you have your favorite player and my favorite player won the game, that's kidding around. We both like basketball. We talk about basketball every day. I have my favorite player. You have your favorite player. That's kidding. But if you go up to a kid who you normally don't joke with, who normally doesn't joke with you, and say something just to get your friends to laugh, and it's kind of mean or it's kind of hurtful, that's bullying. Think about how those words hurt. Would you want someone to do that to you? Please think to yourselves without answering or raising your hands. Let me ask you this. You ready? Have you ever teased someone or been teased by someone who you felt was kidding around but not bullying? You felt they were kidding around but not bullying. Have you ever felt that, or have you ever done that? I was just playing. But also think about this. Have you ever been teased by someone in a way that hurt your feelings? It made you feel uncomfortable or upset. Has anyone ever done that to you? Made you feel uncomfortable or upset? Have you ever done that and made someone feel uncomfortable or upset? If so, you were bullying. Doesn't matter what you meant. Doesn't matter that you were joking. Doesn't matter that you were playing. You knew it was hurtful. You knew it hurt their feelings. You knew it would make them sad. You knew it would embarrass them. You knew it would make people on the side laugh at the expense of one of your classmates. Is that the type of person you want to be? Would you want that type of person to do that to you? These are things to think about. How can teasing or even kidding turn into bullying? I've seen this a lot at recess. We start roughhousing, we start wrestling, somebody gets upset. And then it turns into something more serious. And next thing you know, people are really trying to wrestle or fight. Now someone is trying to hurt someone because their feelings are hurt. Bullying. How can bullying affect your classroom? If there's a bully in your classroom, how does it make you feel? If you are the bully in the classroom, how do you think it makes your classmates feel? If you are the bully in your classroom, how do you think that makes your classmates feel? Last but not least, how might we help stop bullying from happening at our school? Evergreen, you guys do a wonderful job of letting us know. But there are times we find out stuff later. I am asking you, when you see it, report it. Tell any adult. If it happens on the bus, as soon as you get off the bus, come tell. Put a note in the bully box. Tell a teacher. Tell a friend. Tell someone. But make sure you report it. We want Evergreen to be a bully-free zone. We don't want anyone to come to the school and have to worry about being bullied, being picked on, being mocked, being made fun of. I don't like it. The other teachers don't like it. The principal doesn't like it. The lunch lady doesn't like it. Officer Michelle doesn't like it. Mrs. Pack doesn't like it. The parents don't like it. Don't do it. And we want anyone out there to know that if you are a student who comes and tries to bully here, people will tell, and I promise you, we will deal with it. So Evergreen, again, our anti-bullying rules. This is something we're really going to start to push around here. We will not bully others. We will not try to help students, or we will try to help students who are bullied. We will try to include students who are left out. And number 4, if we know that somebody is being bullied, we will tell an adult at school and an adult at home. Now ask yourself as we get ready to finish here, are you a bully? Are you someone who's watched the bully and did nothing? Are you someone who has watched the bully and laughed and joked and made things worse but still didn't help? Are you the person that saw the bullying but tried to act like you didn't see the bullying and did nothing? You wanted to help but didn't? Or are you a defender? I would hope that we have a building full of defenders. This is your school and you should defend each other. Tell an adult, get involved. Don't allow the bullies to win. All right, Evergreen. Until next time, Dr. T, stay well. Talk to you soon.